Hello students, welcome back. Here's your video guide for your pet peeve essay. It will be a cause and effect essay, and you have to include a little bit of research, one source. I want you to get familiar with the database before we head off to the research paper, so at least you'll be comfortable with it and you'll know how to embed your sources properly. And so in the content folder, you will find this document. Let me show you right here, content, cause and effect, pet peeves, and here's the essay prompt. Okay, and so once you open it, it gives you all the basic requirements and information. It's 1,000+ words. You will need to search your database and cite this information properly and create a works cited page. And right here is the background, so it's really important to read this. We are still talking about pet peeves, but you can't just pick a pet peeve that is, a minor pet peeve, like people not squeezing the toothpaste from the bottom, squeezing it in the middle. That is something that may bother you. It certainly bothers me, but I couldn't write a paper about that. So that's too minor to discuss. Okay. And in order to help you narrow your topic down, we're going to use the circle of empathy. Okay. Now in the middle is yourself. Okay. So that would be any issue that bothers you, like the toothpaste tube or leaving water in the bathroom. When people wash their hands and there's water on the countertops, or not picking up the dirty clothes, or not replacing the toilet paper. Those are kind of things that bother individuals, but they don't have a larger social implication. Okay, so try to find something that is out of the self circle. The next circle would be your family. Okay, those are the activities that bother a lot of your members in your household. Okay, some of these may overlap a bit, and so maybe your family has a policy or a rule about cell phone use, and it bothers the matriarch and patriarch and siblings of the family when people are on their phones while eating dinner. Okay, or when people leave a mess in the kitchen, or don't empty the dishwasher, or leave empty boxes in the cabinet. Those are family issues or family peeves, and so it would be difficult to write about that. Okay, the next level is your peers. Okay, so we're broadening our circle here. Now we're starting to get into the larger social implications. You could probably write about some of the pet peeves that bother people in your peer community, which could be fellow students or co-workers. And some examples of this could be cheating or lying or stealing, claiming, plagiarizing. Those they would have larger implications, because now whoever's doing the behavior isn't just hurting one or two people, they're hurting the community of peers, and so those would be topics that you could discuss in a paper. This next circle is the community. And so these would be good to talk about. These would be pet peeves that you could address. Littering. Now, littering has larger social implications because it costs money to clean up the trash. Some of these cigarette butts make it into our waterways, and they cause permanent damage. And so the problems within the community would be a good problem to address as a pet peeve. Maybe it is just bad driving. It's dangerous. Maybe it is the littering or leaving out the trash, or not taking care of your yard, or vandalism. Those are some possible issues that are bigger. They have broader social implications and cause problems for more people who are trying to live in a nice, quiet community. So those would be pet peeves that you could address. Now we get here, country. This is where they're too big. This wouldn't really be good for a pet peeve paper. The issue is way too large to call a pet peeve. So, for example, racism. If you cannot put the topic in the sentence where you say that is so annoying and so disrespectful, then it's not a good pet peeve topic. You can say racism, that's so annoying. It's inappropriate. It's a bigger issue. It's bigger than annoying behavior. Okay? And the same thing goes with the last circle, which is humankind. Some of these overlap as well. So when you're trying to decide on a topic, it really probably needs to be within these circles here. The community circle and the circle of peers. What are some behaviors that your peers do that damage other people? Or what are some behaviors in your community? Even like store behavior or driving behavior. In a classroom, if you've ever been in a classroom where students are disruptive and disrespectful, coming in late, leaving early, on their phones, that disrupts the environment for the other learners and the other students. And so that would be a type of pet peeve that you could discuss. Okay, just keep that in mind as you select your topic. I will make a video to help you embed sources and show you how to find sources. But before I do that, here's a structure for your essay. Now, always you need to keep in mind that you have to have solid evidence. The evidence needs to tell who, what, where, when, why. We need details. And you have to argue. You have to have your evidence, and you have to connect your evidence back to your claim. You have to say, as a result of this, because of this, okay? So this is just a little skeleton of an outline. In your intro, you want to have the hook, make it creative, do not ask a question, have background information, why is this behavior annoying or disrespectful. If I had to add a source, which you do, the background information might be a really good place to add it. Have it there, provide some facts, some statistic, some important information, and then move on. You've met that requirement, you're done, and then you can begin working on the bodies of the essay. And then here's your thesis statement, which is your opinion about the behavior. Why is cheating so damaging and disruptive to the classroom environment or the college community? Okay. Now, your body paragraphs, these are some types of support that you can have. You can have personal anecdotes. This is where you tell a detailed story about your encounter with this behavior. You would need to list some causes. Why do you think people think it's okay to cheat? Why do you think people believe it's okay to throw that cigarette butt out their window? What about their character makes them believe that this is a harmless act? And so you're trying to figure out the causes behind this kind of behavior. What are the effects for the behavior and what are the solutions? Okay, and then you will repeat this process as you just walk through the argument. This tells you need at least 3 examples of the behavior. So I'm giving you a minimum requirement in order to support your argument. Okay, and then you return to the beginning. This, I love that example when we read the public grooming New York Times post, and she talked about the dental flosser, Miss Dental Hygiene, and then she ended with a reference to that. That's beautiful writing. That's coming full circle. So try to do that in your essay. Okay, now I will create a second video to help you find and embed your source. Good luck.